is the home of the American. Was the year 4969. Which is the second? What two teenagers are the Romeo and Juliet? What Welsh poet completed A Child's Christmas? Who was von Strophen? Which of them is closest? What is the most abundant carbon compound?
Up to the challenge, High School Challenge, the varsity sport of the mind. On Intelligent Television, WFUM.
Sport of the Mind. Now, here's your host, Jim Gaver.
Hello, everybody, and welcome for more High School Challenge. We've got two great teams lined up for you to play tonight. Let's meet our players right away, shall we? First, from Lapeer West High School, we have Jason Rogers. Jason enjoys computer gaming, watching Star Trek, and playing quiz ball. He hopes to go on to school to be an electrical engineer or scientist. Nick McInerney is a sophomore at Lapeer West, enjoys computers, writing poetry and short stories. He plans to go to the University of Michigan Flint to study Spanish and possibly become a teacher. Captain of the team is Dave Solars. Dave is a junior at Lapeer West, enjoys computer games, hopes to attend the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor. He's undecided right now on a career path. Bill Trapani rounds out the Lapeer West team. Bill is a senior, plays obviously quiz ball, is part of the School Improvement Committee, 1994 Metro champion in technical math. He hopes to attend the University of Michigan Flint, then on to Ann Arbor to study pre-law and obtain a law degree. Those are our players from Lapeer West. The team is coached by Brian Mock, and alternates includes Jessica Miller, Paul Nielsen, Lloyd Dilley, and Evan Berman. We welcome you from Lapeer West, and we welcome back our team from North Branch. There we have Chris Pratt. Chris plays in the band. He's active in philosophy club, enjoys writing poetry, and he's part of the blues band. A National Merit semifinalist and Pat's Award winner. Will attend Michigan State, majoring in English and minoring in philosophy. Captain of the North Branch team is Bob Piplinski. Bob is a senior, plays golf. He's in the band, jazz band, enjoys table tennis, ice hockey, roller hockey. He also is in the blues band. Winner of the Ray Kroc Award, is looking at the University of Michigan, Michigan State, or Bowling Green to study music. Next from North Branch is Adam Granke. Adam enjoys reading, playing yo-yo, playing with computers, golf, art club, and acting. He is a member of the National Honor Society and a 1996 Summer Institute participant, looking at Michigan State or Oakland University for computer engineering. And rounding out the North Branch team is John Stalker. John is a junior, member of the Philosophy Club Chess Club. He is on the honor roll, has his academic letter, plans to attend Michigan Tech and become an electrical or mechanical engineer. Those are our players for North Branch. The team is coached by Gordon Winther. Alternates today are Richard Barker, Damian Terrons, Kedron Thomas, Bridget Bond, and Chris Matichuk. High School Challenge is judged each week by Barb Powers from the Genesee Intermediate School District. Laquita Green Tucson is our timekeeper, scorekeeper for tonight's game. Teams, we're ready to go. Here are your rules for round one. I'll ask you a series of questions worth 10 points apiece. The player buzzing first may answer when I recognize you. If you're correct, your team scores the 10 points. If you're incorrect, the other team gets a shot at the same question. Remember, you may interrupt me anytime I'm asking a question. There's no point penalty if you're incorrect. However, at that point, I'll repeat the entire question for the other team. Good luck. Here we go. Originally a prehistoric settlement on the Tiber River in Latium, it became an Etruscan town. Bob, North Branch.
Rome.
Rome is correct. Please, audience, applaud. It stood on Bankside, south of the Thames, until it was gutted by fire in, Bob, North Branch.
London.
It's incorrect. It stood on Bankside, south of the Thames, until it was gutted by fire in 1613. What was this wooden O where many of Shakespeare's plays were? Dave, Lapeer West.
The Globe.
The Globe is correct. It is the energy source that powers the sun and hydrogen bombs. Jason, Lapeer West.
Fusion.
Fusion is correct. The kind and generous Bishop of Myra became the patron saint of children in Greece, Holland, Bob, North Branch.
St. Nick. St. Nicholas.
I'll accept that. Here's your next toss-up. He was the first president to ride in a train. Bob, North Branch.
Andrew Jackson.
That's correct. It's an equation with many solutions, including 5, 12, 13, 7, 24, 25, and 3, 4, 5. What equation is it? Jason, Lapeer West.
Pythagorean theorem.
That's correct. Your next toss-up teams. In A Dutch Lullaby by Eugene Field, they are the three fishermen who sail off one night in a Nick, Lapeer West.
Lincoln, Blinken, and Nod.
That's correct. Another toss-up. Sometimes called monkey spiders or bird spiders, their bite is painful but not deadly, and they're often kept as pets. What are these hairy, Chris, North Branch?
Tarantulas.
Tarantulas is the correct answer. Another toss-up. It runs through Mexico, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and Taiwan. What is this line? 23 degrees, 27 minutes. Chris, North Branch.
Tropic of Cancer.
That's correct. Called a communist plot when it was introduced in the 1950s, this process is still considered a deterrent to tooth decay. What is this treatment of drinking water? Bob, North Branch.
Fluoride.
That's correct. Another toss-up. In 1866, William O'Connor wrote the first biography of this poet, a 46-page sketch. Bob, North Branch.
Walt Whitman.
Walt Whitman is correct. Pope Julius II commissioned this artist to create the... Bob, North Branch.
Michelangelo.
That's correct. This is another toss-up. These four words never appear in The Origin of Species. The phrase was coined by Herbert Spencer. Chris, North Branch.
Survival of the fittest.
Those are the four words. The title refers to the Salinger children, Charlie, Bailey, Julia, Claudia, and Owen, as they dine in their late father's restaurant. What is this Fox Network series? Bill, Lapeer West.
Party of Five.
That's correct. Thought I was after some heavy literature there, didn't you? Here we go. The oldest continuously inhabited community in the United States is Icoma, a pueblo founded in 1075. In what southwestern state? Bob, North Branch.
New Mexico.
New Mexico is correct. 'Tis better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. What Victorian poet first said so in his poem Locksley Hall? Time is called. Alfred Lord Tennyson is the correct answer. And here's your next toss-up. Between 1821 and 1877, it was ruled by two emperors and enough dictators, presidents, and governors to average a new government every 9 months. What Latin American country was it? Bob, North Branch.
Mexico.
Mexico is correct. Here's your next toss-up, teams. Vertically, it ranges from 440 feet below sea level to 11,000 feet above. Horizontally, it extends across Africa from the Atlantic Ocean. Chris, North Branch.
The Sahara Desert.
That's correct. Here's another toss-up. Celie, a black woman, writes letters to God and to her sister Nettie, a mission. Chris, North Branch.
The Color Purple.
The Color Purple is correct. Your next toss-up. King Norodom Sihanouk and the infamous Khmer Ridge are two of the factions in this country's ongoing civil war. Chris, North Branch.
Cambodia.
Cambodia is correct. Lagoon, veil, ring, crab. What kind of astronomical objects? Bob, North Branch.
Nebula.
That's correct. Here's your next toss-up. At his death in 1909, he left 25 bronze sculptures and more than 2,000 paintings and drawings. most of them of cowboys on horseback. Who was the... Bob, North Branch.
Remington.
Remington is correct. Chartered by Charles II in 1670, it remains one of Canada's largest businesses. What is this company named for the region where it was established? Time's up. Hudson's Bay Company is the correct answer. It includes suicide, fratricide, regicide, ghosts, pirates. Chris, North Branch.
Macbeth.
That's incorrect. It includes suicide, fratricide, regicide, ghosts, pirates, insanity, poisoned swords, poisoned wine, and poison poured in the ear. What is this Shakespearean play? Time is called. You were on the right track interrupting, but it was Hamlet. Here's your next toss-up. When a smallpox epidemic hit Deadwood in 1878, she worked heroically to nurse the sick and earned her nickname. Who was this frontierswoman born Martha Jane Canary? Bob, North Branch.
Calamity Jane.
Calamity Jane is correct. Its principal ingredients are mucus and the enzymes amylase and maltase, which begin the digestion of Adam, North Branch.
Saliva.
Saliva is the correct answer. Here's your next toss-up, teams. It's a holiday that would make a druid happy. First, Chris, North Branch.
Halloween.
That's incorrect. That's our buzzer, and that's going to end the round. I can't pass it on. We see North Branch out front after round one. Lapeer West, that gives you the first shot at round two, our lightning round. As you know, I'm about to give you a choice of 3 categories. Once you've selected, you'll have 60 seconds to answer up to 10 questions in that category. Remember, you may consult during this round, and you don't have to buzz in, but I'll only accept answers from Dave, the team captain. If you don't know an answer, you must say pass before I move on. We'll give you 10 points for each correct answer, a 20-point bonus if all 10 are correct. Lapeer West, once your 60 seconds is up, North Branch, you'll have 30 seconds to answer any of the questions they missed, passed on, or didn't get to. Then you'll select from the remaining 2 categories, and we'll repeat the process. Lapeer West, your choices for this game are this and that, the time of your life, or 3-for-all.
Yeah, let's go with 3-for-all.
Okay, some people have 3 names, and some people have only 3 letters in their names. What I'm asking you to do for 10 points each is identify these people who have only 3 letters in their names. Here we go. We begin with number 1. He defeated Sonny Liston, George Foreman, and Leon Spinks.
Ali.
Correct. He met with Richard Nixon and Pete King in 1972.
Pass.
Francis Lightfoot, Lighthorse Harry, and Richard Henry.
Pass.
National hero of Spain. He fought against the Moors in the 11th century.
Pass.
Baltimore lawyer whose defense of Fort McHenry became the Star-Spangled Banner.
Key.
Correct. 1/2 of an industrial average, or the founder of a chemical company.
Dow.
Correct. First Secretary General of the United Nations.
Pass.
Assassin of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Pass.
Author of Tales of the Grotesque and Arabesque. That's your time. You got through 9. 3 correct for 30 points. Remember, all your names will have 3 letters in them. North Branch, we begin with number 1. He met with Richard Nixon and Peking in
Cox.
72. Pardon me?
Cox.
Incorrect. Francis Lightfoot, Lighthorse Harry, and
Lee.
Lee is correct. National hero of Spain. He fought against the Moors in the 11th century.
Sid.
Sid.
Correct. First Secretary General of the United Nations.
Dag Hammarskjöld.
Incorrect. Assassin of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Ray.
Correct. Author of Tales of the Grotesque.
Poe.
That's correct. Pseudonym adopted by plaintiff in 1973 abortion rights case.
Roe.
Roe is correct. And 40 points to you. Mao is what I needed with the meeting with Nixon and Triglav Lee for the United Nations. And now, North Branch, you may select between this and that or the time of your life.
Time. Time of your life.
Listen carefully. Time and Life are both best-selling magazines. So are all the answers in this quiz. Additionally, all the answers have only one word. So your answers will all be one-word titles of magazines. Here we go. We begin with number 1, the French word for an unmarried woman.
No. Mademoiselle?
Correct. A non-sexist title for any woman, married or un.
No. Cosmopolitan.
Incorrect. A hard, dark wood used for piano keys.
Ebony.
Ebony.
Correct. An apartment on the top floor of a building.
Penthouse.
Correct. The latest fashion or style.
Vogue.
Correct. Barbara Streisand's biggest hit or human beings in general.
Cosmopolitan.
Incorrect. Sophisticated, well-traveled, at home all over the world.
Cosmopolitan.
That's correct. According to Dire Straits, you get it for nothing and the chicks for free.
Money.
Correct. Booth Tarkington's 1916 novel or 9 square...
17.
That's correct. Chess, checkers, parcheesi, dominoes, darts, tag, hopscotch.
Games.
Correct. And you're through all 10. You get 8 points. For those, we'll reset our clocks to 30 seconds. One-word magazine titles, Lapeer West first. A non-sexist title for any woman, married or un?
Man.
Incorrect. Barbara Streisand's biggest hit or human beings
People.
in general? People is the correct answer. The magazine is Ms. Magazine, the one that both of you missed. And that will conclude round 2. We're going to total up our scores from this lightning round and be back for some extra credit right after this.
What if animals could talk? What would they say? Would they say anything at all? At PBS, we know a silent gesture says more than 1,000 words. After all, it's in our nature. Maybe we just need to listen. Creating an oasis in the storm of life. If PBS doesn't do it, who will?
Coming on the American Experience. It was the worst winter ever recorded. They were hopelessly lost. A tragic tale of desperate survival, madness, and cannibalism. The legendary journey of the Donner Party. On the American Experience.
Join us tonight at 10.
Welcome back, everybody, to our final round of extra credit. Teams, what that means is you're going to be answering toss-up questions with rules exactly the way they were in round 1. The only difference is that if you get the question correct, you get 10 points plus a shot at 10 more points of extra credit. On the extra credit questions, you may consult. You don't have to buzz in. I'll be taking answers from the team captain. Don't forget, consult on extra credit questions only, not on toss-ups. At the end of the game, if we're in the middle of a toss-up extra credit cycle, we complete the cycle before the game is over. Good luck. Here we go with your first toss-up. Derived from the name of the Greek goddess of memory, it's a device used to help Bob North Branch.
Mnemonic.
Mnemonic is correct. North Branch, this is your extra credit. The earliest of the Venetian masters is said to have painted the first reclining nude, Sleeping Venus. His most famous works are The Concert and The Tempest. Who was this high Renaissance artist?
Masaccio.
Incorrect. Giorgione is the correct answer. Here's your next toss-up. Dr. Ruth helped pioneer the field of media psychology with her radio program Sexually Speaking, which began in 1980. What is this psychosexual therapist's last name? Time's up. Dr. Ruth Westheimer is what I'm looking for. Here's your next toss-up, teams. It's also called trichloromethane, and it has the formula CHCl3. What is this sweet-smelling liquid once used as an anesthetic? Bob, North Branch.
Ether.
It's incorrect. You may take a Lapeer West. Time's up. Chloroform is the answer. And here's your next toss-up. One of the most famous fictional villains, he is the cruel overseer who has Uncle Tom. Chris, North Branch.
Simon Legree.
Simon Legree is correct. North Branch, your extra credit. Take a 2x2 matrix, multiply the elements in the upper left and lower right corners, subtract the product of the other two elements. What value of the matrix have you just determined?
Determinant.
That's correct. And teams, here's your next toss-up. In 1917, he commanded the American Expeditionary Force in Bob, North Branch.
John J. Pershing.
That's correct. North Branch, your extra credit. He was the first comic strip character in a cartoon created in 1895 by Richard Outcault. By what name did this smart alecky boy in a dirty nightshirt become better known?
Charlie Brown.
That's a nice try. Incorrect. Mickey Dugan was his name. He was better known as the Yellow Kid. Here's your next toss-up. Small impurities are added to germanium and silicon to produce these substances used in transistors. Bob, North Branch.
Superconductors.
That's incorrect. Small impurities are added to germanium and silicon to produce these substances used in transistors. What are these electrically unusual compounds? Time's up. Semiconductors is what I needed. Here's your next toss-up. These nerves arise in pairs from the brainstem and reach the brain through openings in the skull. There are 12 pairs in mammals, birds, and reptiles. What are these nerves called? Time is called. They are the cranial nerves. Here's your next toss-up, teams. In his last few months before dying in 1828, he completed the song cycles Winter's Journey and Swan Song. Who was this German composer? Bob, North Branch.
Wagner.
Wagner is incorrect. Lapeer West. Time's up. Franz Schubert is the correct answer. Here's your next toss-up. He coined the term willing suspension of disbelief in his collection of critical essays, Biographia Literaria. Who was this romantic poet? Was it Byron, Keats, Shelley, or Coleridge? Chris, North Branch.
Shelley.
Shelley is incorrect. Lapeer West. Lapeer West, Nick.
Keats.
Keats is also incorrect. Coleridge is the correct answer. And here's another toss-up, teams. The Japanese shogatsu, the Chinese Xinyan, the Vietnamese Tet, the Muslim Muharram, and the Jewish Rosh Hashanah all mark the same annual event. Bob, North Branch.
New Year's.
New Year's is correct. North Branch, your extra credit. The name comes from the French verb meaning to pout. In other words, it was originally considered a place for a woman to be sulky rather than sultry. What is this word now used for bedroom?
Boudoir.
That's correct. Here's your next toss-up, teams. The largest of all modern empires was founded in the 13th century and lasted until after Bob, North Branch.
Persian.
That's incorrect. I'll repeat. The largest of all modern empires was founded in the 13th century and lasted until after World War I. What Turkish empire, Nick, Lapeer West?
Ottoman.
Ottoman is correct. Lapeer, your extra credit. World War I began and ended on the banks of this French river. In 1914, the first German advance was stopped there. In 1918, their last offensive met the same fate. What river is it? Time's up. The Marne is the answer. And here's another toss-up, teams. Founded on the banks of the Tigris River in the 8th century. Chris, North Branch.
No answer.
I'll repeat. Founded on the banks of the Tigris River in the 8th century, it became one of the greatest cities of Mesopotamia. In 1921, it became the capital of the new Kingdom of Iraq. What city is it? Dave, Lapeer West.
Baghdad.
Baghdad is correct. Lapeer West, this is your extra credit. Tony Perez, Camilo Pascual, Tony Gonzalez, Pedro Ramos, and Tony Oliva. From what Caribbean island do all of these Major League Baseball players come?
Cuba.
Cuba is correct. Here's your next toss-up, teams. Incorrect grammar includes this form of speech. For example, I don't have no answer. Bob, North Branch.
Double negative.
Double negative is the correct answer. Here's your extra credit, North Branch. In this process, pyruvic acid, ATP, and water are produced from glucose and ADP. What is the first step in both aerobic and anaerobic respiration?
Transpiration.
That's incorrect. The correct answer is glycolysis. Here's your next toss-up, teams. An ionic bond involves the attraction of two oppositely charged particles. What type of bond results from Bob, North Branch?
Covalent.
Covalent is the correct answer. North Branch, your extra credit. In 1995, the Apostolic Library made more than 20,000 pages of some of the world's oldest and rarest documents available on the internet. Where is the Apostolic Library located?
Vatican City.
Yeah. Vatican City.
That's the answer I needed, and that's going to end our game. Our game is over. North Branch proceeds on in High School Challenge this year. Lapeer West, congratulations on a game well played, and good luck to you in other competition throughout the year. We'll be back with more High School Challenge. I'm Jim Gaver.